The rain started. And so did everything else. The elevator in the Vector Tower came to a standstill between the 14th and 15th levels. A dull thud rang through the steel walls, as if someone pounded them with extraordinary strength. My hand rushed to my pocket. My phone had died. Not simply out of battery. It had died with one last raspy beat, like a live thing breathing a last warning. Damn it! I growled, feeling a bead of perspiration run down my collar. With only 30 seconds till the most significant presentation of my career, I was stuck in this metal coffin, cut off from the rest of the world. Then, ding! The doors slid open. But not on the 15th floor. Before me stretched a black maintenance shaft, illuminated only by the flickering glimmer of emergency lighting. The air smelled like ozone and something unpleasant. The walls were scarred with long, jagged scratches, as if something had clawed its way up out of desperation. In the corner, on the floor, lay a broken smartphone. Exactly like mine. I entered the conference room exactly 12 minutes late. The huge doors snapped shut behind me, like a trap closing. The Vector boardroom was bathed in antiseptic LED light, so intense that every face appeared frighteningly pale. The air was bone-dry, scratching against my throat. The CEO, Mr. Kowalski, sat at the far end of the obsidian table, like a judge presiding over a trial. His face was flawless and strangely still, the wax mask of a man. When I began my presentation, his steepled fingers did not even quiver. Excellent calculations, Denis. His tone was perfectly measured, even approving, but lifeless. Robotic. I should have been relieved. Instead, frost dripped down my spine. His eyes. God has eyes. They did not blink. Not once. Not in the entire 20 minutes that I spoke. His pupils were black pinpricks, locked on me with the cold precision of a surveillance camera. When I looked away, I swear I saw something move in the shadows beneath the table. Something that resembled fingers. Or wires. "We'll be in touch," Kowalski responded, his lips forming a smile that never reached his eyes. I left the room with a chilly, heavy feeling in my stomach. The doors silently clicked behind me, revealing a trap. When I stepped into my flat, the quiet hit me like a physical force. Not only silent, absence. Even the refrigerator's normal hum was gone. The odd silence strained against my eardrums. On the kitchen table, where I had placed my dead phone, it was now turned on. The screen shone an eerie blue in the faint light. I approached carefully, my pulse pounding. The display displayed my most recent photo, taken 3 days ago in this identical kitchen. I was smiling beside the window. But suddenly I noticed something I hadn't previously. A dark, smeared form appeared behind me, in the shadowed corner. At first, I assumed there was an error in the photograph. Then, I leaned closer. My breath caught. It moved. Slow, subtle, and irrefutable. The smear swirled, resembling smoke spiraling in air. Cold sweat pricked my neck. My fingers jerked toward the telephone. The smear lunged, expanding to fill the screen. For one heart-stopping moment, I thought I saw eyes. The screen became dark. But I knew. Something had invaded my home with that terrible gadget. And it waited. iPhone 13 Pro. Mint condition. $100. Urgent. The Craigslist advertisement screamed fraud, but I couldn't operate without my phone. The vendor insisted on meeting in an abandoned warehouse on the city's outskirts. Broken windows. Graffiti. The stink of rotting. He emerged from the shadows without making a sound, a pallid man in his 30s with shaky hands. "It works perfectly," he said quietly, throwing the phone at me. "But sometimes, it makes its own decisions." His eyes were excessively large. "What the hell does that mean?" "It learns," he said, then vanished into the darkness. The new phone awoke in my hands. The screen sprung to life. It set up contacts, images, and even my passwords without my participation. Then it vibrated. "Unknown number, do not go home tonight. He's waiting in your bedroom." I laughed. A dumb trick. But when I opened my apartment door, the air was stale, like if something had been breathing in there for hours. The bedroom closet creaked open on its own. Inside, on the shelf, was my old phone. Cracked screen. "The power is on." My face turned away from the display. But the lips moved. "You bought it," the recording said quietly. "Now it buys you." I stumbled backward. Something shifted in the mirror. 3:17 a.m. I awoke to a vibration. The new phone had triggered its camera all by itself. My face dominated the entire screen. But the eyes were not mine. "You've joined the network," it stated in my voice. The taste of copper filled my mouth. Fear. I threw the phone into a full bathtub. Water hissed. It kept ringing. The submerged screen displayed the text, "Integration complete." I looked up. In the mirror, my hand picked up the phone on its own. I awoke the following morning. The phone rested on the pillow near me. A fresh voicemail was left. "Thank you for the body. Now find the next one." In the mirror, I grinned. But that wasn't my smile. The end. Or is it? Story 2. Beneath the blazing sun, a tale of love takes flight, destined for the skies above. Amidst the dense forest, Michael clutches a ring, ready to unveil his heart's desire. An enigmatic instructor's presence casts an eerie shadow on their dreams. As the hot air balloon ascends, will their love conquer the lurking darkness? Will they emerge unscathed from the depths of uncertainty, or be forever lost to the secrets of the sky? Enchanted Skies, a dance with shadows. Act 1, the fiery heat in the dark sky. Under the scorching sun, they stood in a clearing surrounded by dense forest, ready for an incredible adventure. Michael, courageous and romantic, clutched a box with a ring in his hand, intending to make the most important proposal of his life in the sky aboard a hot air balloon. Excitement and nervous anticipation mingled in the air as he carefully set up his trusty GoPro, determined to capture every moment of their breathtaking journey. But as the hot air balloon gently lifted off the ground, an unexpected tension arose between the couple. Emma's usual joyful enthusiasm seemed overshadowed by a flicker of doubt in her eyes, which Michael couldn't help but notice. He brushed it off, thinking it was just pre-flight jitters. However, the mysterious instructor's presence added an enigmatic aura to the experience, leaving an unsettling feeling in the pit of Michael's stomach. The balloon ascended, and the world below transformed into a picturesque landscape. They floated amidst the wispy clouds, and the vastness of the sky overwhelmed them with both awe and trepidation. The instructor, a silent figure in the corner, seemed more like an enigmatic guide rather than a cheerful companion. As the fiery heat of the sun gave way to the cooler hues of twilight, the atmosphere took on a surreal quality, as if they had entered a realm between dreams and reality. Little did they know that this journey would lead them towards the abyss of uncertainty and fear, forever altering the course of their lives. The ominous adventure was only beginning, and their hearts would soon be tested by an unseen force, unraveling the serenity of the sky into a chilling spectacle of shadows and secrets. The enigmatic instructor's motives remained shrouded in mystery, and with every passing moment, the couple's sense of foreboding intensified. Act 2, Sinister Revelations. As they ascended further into the boundless sky, the radiant sun painted a breathtaking tapestry of colors on the horizon. Michael's GoPro captured their joyous faces, their love for each other mirrored in their eyes. But beneath the surface of bliss lay a creeping unease, as if an invisible shadow lurked nearby. Suddenly, wisps of smoke snaked their way into the basket, and panic erupted like a storm. The balloon, once a symbol of freedom, transformed into a malevolent force as flames licked at its fragile fabric, turning it into a blazing inferno. The instructor's twisted smile betrayed his true nature, a puppeteer orchestrating a nightmare for his unsuspecting victims. With every passing moment, the balloon's descent became a heart-stopping roller coaster ride. The malevolent instructor reveled in their terror, relishing his power over their fate. His sinister motive emerged, a malevolent thirst for control, a desire to shatter their dreams and crush their spirits. The sky that once promised a fairy tale proposal now became the stage for a nightmarish ordeal. Unbeknownst to the instructor, Michael and his companion summoned every ounce of courage to defy his sadistic plot. In a desperate attempt to quench the inferno, they pooled their strength and resourcefulness, fighting fire with ingenuity. The instructor's malevolence was met with fierce resilience, Michael refusing to be a pawn in this twisted game. As the inferno raged on, the desperate struggle escalated into a climactic confrontation between fear and determination. With the GoPro still rolling, the battle of wills reached a fever pitch. The sinister puppeteer's control slipped as the couple resisted his malevolent whims, their bond becoming an unbreakable shield against his evil machinations. In a frantic scramble, the instructor reached for a parachute, but in the intense melee between the characters, it slipped from his grasp and tumbled into the abyss below. The air crackled with electric tension. The instructor's malevolent design had not crushed their spirits, instead, it fueled their resolve to escape his clutches. They braced for the revelations that would unfold, determined to emerge from the sky's sinister embrace triumphant and forever changed. Act 3, The Shattered Sky. The instructor's malevolence was matched by the unwavering determination of the couple. With adrenaline pumping through their veins, they fought for their lives in a fierce and desperate struggle against the sinister puppeteer. In the swirling chaos of the sky, the instructor's malevolent laughter filled the air, echoing his twisted pleasure in their torment. But the couple's bond grew stronger with each passing moment, empowering them to stand against the darkness that threatened to engulf them. The battle continued, the sky bearing witness to the clash of wills and the tumult of emotions. With no parachute to save him, the instructor's fate became inexorably entwined with the destiny of those he sought to destroy. As the intensity of the struggle peaked, a sudden jolt knocked the GoPro camera from its perch, sending it tumbling towards the ground. The lens captured fleeting glimpses of the inferno raging within the hot air balloon. The sounds of the raging winds and desperate cries fading as it plummeted to the earth below. The GoPro's journey ended in the dense forest, where it lay dormant, preserving the tale of horror and courage within its memory card. For years, it remained hidden, until a chance discovery by a random wanderer brought its contents to light. Captivated by the harrowing story, the wanderer shared the chilling account in their blog, unraveling the mystery of the ill-fated hot air balloon journey to the world. The fate of the couple and the malevolent instructor remained shrouded in uncertainty, their story eternally captured within the confines of the recovered memory card. The enigma of that fateful day still lingers, haunting those who dare to listen to the chilling account of the sky's malevolence and the indomitable spirit of those who dared to challenge it. We are not alone. The rain keeps secrets.